Welcome to Rose Crafty Corner, come and stitch the day away. Cross-stitching patterns sparkling as the threads come out to play. New starts, finishes.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Rose Crafty Corner. If you are a returning viewer, I am Ro, you would know that. And to anyone who is new, I am Ro, I'm still Ro. And welcome to you if you are new. I just wanted to sort of take a quick moment to let you know what this particular video is going to be about, because it's going to be a little bit different to usual. This is my corner of the internet where I talk about my projects that I've been working on for the last 2 weeks. Today we're talking about cross-stitch progress over the past 2 weeks, which also includes the retreat that I went to, which is the stitching, let me check my notes. Stitching in the Winter Garden 2026 retreat. I always, for some reason, twist the words up, but no, that's what it is. Sometimes I have some other crafts to show, but not today. So I'm going to go through and kind of mix it together, because it would have been not enough content for a normal Flosstube, and it would have been then a lot of retreat and the overlap. So yeah, chapters are down below. That's what I wanted to point out. So if you aren't interested in a particular part of the video, you can skip ahead to the next chapter, but I do recommend seeing all of the video because you will get to know all the details. All right, so let's jump straight into it. This is Flosstube number 61, and I've had some new starts. I've worked on some whips and I've had 2 finishes. So that's not bad. And lots and lots of retreat stuff, goodies to talk about, and pre-retreat stuff to talk about as well. So let's get into it. This may be a long one because of me combining the 2 of them together. So if you need to grab a drink or a snack or you're stitching, you know, settle in, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so first, before we go anywhere, I want to talk to you about July stats. For the month of July, I'm just consulting my notes because there's too much information to remember on the top of my head, or in my head, I should say. For July, I started 5. I finished projects. I finished 6, and I worked on 10. I worked 29 days out of the month, and I did a total of 16,998. Now, when I was doing my notes last night, I was like, I was too short of an even 17,000. That would have been cool to see. So, never mind. Too short. Like, if you track your numbers, you'll know that you don't realize that until you've finished, put everything away, writing it all down, and you finished your thread and all the things, and then all of a sudden it's like 1 or 2 stitches and you could have hit a milestone or a mark. So yes, anyway, that's what we got for July. So I'm not sure August will be as high, but who knows, I might crack on and get some other things done. I was fairly solidly working on finishing things, and I got 6 done, so that was pretty good, because I did the finish June and July from Stitching with Charlie. She came up with the idea to get some things finished, and we had a couple of projects the same on there, and I got 8 done in June and 6 done in July. So I'm really excited and really proud of that. So, who knows? I'll try and get some more finished by the end of the... I'm sure I'll have more finishes before the end of the year, but yeah, there's a lot of bigger projects left now, so we'll see how we go, huh? So now we have new starts. My first new start that I did over the last 2 weeks. I prepped this one by drawing the outline in friction pen on the fabric, because I wanted to take it on the plane and I didn't want to have my iPad out, and I just wanted to be able to load up the needle and stitch away and not have to reference anything and make it easy, basically. So I started, it's called, I might put it this side, it's called Green and Gold cross stitch by Fiddlesticks. Now this is an Australian company, and this is one of their freebies on their website. So I'm stitching along with Kat from Kat's Cross Stitches in the hashtag Stitch Aussie August. So I think this one suits pretty good. It's an Australian designer and it's an Australian pattern. So we all know the chant, Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And I'm sure you chanted it along with me. So I started this one. Now I did over the 2 sessions of the plane. I couldn't stitch the whole way because we did have some turbulence on the way back. It was pretty bad, but it was fine in the end. We landed safely, so yay for us. But yeah, so there was a bit of turbulence, and so it was making my head feel a bit funny, so I had to put it down. But over the 2 sessions, I got 363 stitches done. This is an 8 count yellow, which I got from Crafty Threads. And she has them in yellow, red, green and blue, I think, the 8 count ones. And I did 6 strands. So I'll take you in for a close up. 6 strands over 1. And it gives it that nice, deep, full coverage kind of feel. I do need to iron it. It's a little creased from when I've been folding it, folding it up, working in a hand on the plane. So yeah, so I'll definitely get that one finished this month because it's not big, let's face it. And I'd like to be able to have it fully finished before January next year so I can put it up on the board for Australia Day. So that's my plan with that one. Oh, I am using my own colours that I wanted to use. 702 is the green and 726 is the yellow. So that's the 2 colours there. They're just DMC. And I thought I'd taken enough down, and I had to go and buy some more at the retreat because I thought there's no way I'm going to have enough to finish all that, because all I had was this amount here on my floss drop, which might actually have got the yellow done, but there's no way this green would have. So I thought I'll be safe. I'll buy a couple of skeins at the retreat, and then because of the turbulence on the way back, I didn't get to them. So never mind. All right. Now moving on. Where's my notes? The next new start I had is called Bushland Quaker by Mojo Stitches. And it's this one here. And I bought this at one of the retreats I went to, and Joanna from Mojo Stitches was, I think, releasing this one at the time, and there was a second one that she was, I think, releasing at the same time at the retreat called Take Wing, and she had the Cottage Garden Threads thread pack made up for both of them. So I bought that and the pattern, and then the other parts that are in it are just DMC. So I'm working with that. And I didn't get very far because if you know me, at retreats or catch-ups, I like to go and socialise a lot. So I did that. I caught up with all my friends down there that I hadn't seen in person in a year. And it was great fun. Had lots of fun. Did some shopping and then stitching. So that was the order of the that was the order that it went in. So yeah. So here we go. This is where I got to. Now, I will show you where I am. Let's see if I can put this on this side. So I started on this flower here in the middle. Now, do I have it up the right way? Yes, I do. Go me. All right, so yes, I stitched on. So I stitched on this top flower here. There we go. And that's what I got done in the top flower. And that was 2 sessions, 208 stitches, 3.25%. There we go. Some beautiful purples. There's 2 different purples in there. Hope you can see that. And yeah, it's gorgeous. So I'm not going to say, gotta get back to this one, but I really do. Because I just love it. And this is on a scrap of linen that I picked up somewhere. I can't even remember. It didn't even have a tag. I think it might have been at like a D-stash market or maybe the craft show a couple of years ago. And yeah, it didn't even have a count on it. So I had to work out the count myself and then work out if it fitted on the piece fabric, and it does. And a bonus, Take Wing, the other pattern by Mojo Stitches, which is the, I guess you'd call it sister pattern to this one. That also fits on the other piece of, like the piece that I cut this piece off from. So they both fit on the same, fabric. And you might have spotted, I got finished a whip needle minder. So when you finish a whip at some of the retreats, that's your little surprise gift, until they run out, that is. So I finished one quite early, and yeah, I got that one. All right, so that's it for new starts. We will now move on to whips. The first whip that I am going to show you is called 324. We all know what this project looks like. And this one I took down to the retreat with me, and I thought when I come back after dinner from, you know, you go to the retreat, then you go out for dinner. When I come back into my room, I will get a few motifs done before I go to bed. That didn't work out too well. Purely because I was really tired after coming back, having a full day and then going out to dinner with everyone, and then coming back, I was like, I just want to lay in the bed. And they had a beautiful electric blanket and kept me nice and warm. I had the heater on the whole time and I was nice and cozy, and I just wanted to lay there and watch TV. So I got 2 motifs done. I could have got a lot more done if I wanted to, but I just chose to relax. So this is where I am at now. And I can tell you exactly what I did. It was 2 sessions, 134 stitches, as I said, 2 motifs, and it's now at 64.13%. So I did, where are we? I did that motif there, and I did that motif there. So the 2 green ones. So that's what I did. Not much, but every little bit helps, right? So yeah, I thought I would have been fine to stitch on it back at the room and been okay, but obviously I had expended all the energy that I'd had for the day, and yeah, just needed to rest, I guess. So the next one I have to show you is Penguin Christmas Stocking by Doreen Jones. It's been one of the favourites of people asking me all about it throughout the year. And I'm getting there, people. I am progressing, so I'm really, really happy about that. All right, so this is where you saw it last time, and this is where it is now. So obviously everything from here down has been done. So this is where we are now. Okay, this one I worked on for 1 session. So this one was a full day of stitching, and it was 1,117 stitches, and it is now at 88.3%. So take it in a bit closer for you. So I know I worked on all, like bringing the blue through and some of the green. Yeah, I had fun with this one, with all those blues. There's actually 4 different shades of blue in there. And the way that she does the gradient or the shading is just absolutely awesome. So you can see now it's more like the top of the stocking, and then this is the far side, and obviously this is the other side. So it doesn't look like a lot to go, but We're only at 88.3, so there's still a little bit to go. Still a little bit there to go, but that's okay. So that is that one, and I'll be getting back to that one probably in a couple of days again. So the next one is one that I took down to the retreat, and this one is called Australasian Adventure by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And I have made a couple of little changes with this one with some of the colours, because I felt that the colours weren't quite 100% right for things that I know of. So I'm keeping a list of any colour changes that I make. And if you are wanting to do this pattern and want to know the colour changes I've made, let me know, get in contact with me, and I'll be more than happy to share them with you. So as I go, I'm just writing down what the particular part is that I'm stitching, and then what colours I've changed it for. Alrighty, now, so yes, I took this one down, and a lot of people were really loved this one, and they were like, oh, what's that pattern? That they hadn't noticed it and recognized it, and so they were looking at it and wanting to do it themselves, I think. So without any further ado, this is 2 sessions. I did 231 stitches, and I'm at 19.67%. And when I finished last night, because I worked on this last night when I came home, I realised there's exactly 6,000 stitches left to do. So that was one of the little things that, yay! Didn't get it in the July stats, the round number, but I've got a round number for this one. So when I was down at the retreat, I was working on the camel, and I have actually changed some of the camel's colours, swapped them around a little bit. And then I was working on this thing down here, and I'm not exactly sure what it is. It might be some sort of buildings, or it might be some sort of natural rock formation or something. Yeah, so I don't know what it is quite yet. So I've got a friend in WA, and I thought I might show her the pattern and ask her, what do you think this is? Because obviously that's a lighthouse, and this is the coast of Western Australia. I'm not 100% sure about the black in Ayers Rock. I was talking to a couple of people down at the retreat, and they were like, black. And I was like, yeah, I don't know why. But I've been out to Ayers Rock, also known as Uluru, and it was not black. There was lots of different colours. Like, there was reds and purples and shades of blue at certain times, because we saw it in the rain and also in the sun, like sunshine. And we also saw it at sunset. And you can't take your eyes off it at sunset, because it literally changes second by second, the colours on it, and it's just amazing. So I'm not sure, I'm not sure about the black. What do you think? Do you think I should leave the black in, or do you think I should try and replace it with another colour? I was thinking purple, but I'd have to get the right shade of purple, because I know there has been purple on the rock. So yeah, work in progress, this one. And also Stitch Aussie August. So yeah, this is a great pattern for that one. Okay, alrighty, we're getting through this not too bad actually. So now we move on to a SAF, just one SAF. So here's my little SAF. This is the one that got me that finished a whip needle minder at the retreat. So I was concentrating on this before I went away, and I thought I would get it done all before I went away. However, I had 3 stitches left, and it was in the 1, 2, 3 flowers. So the very center, hopefully you guys can see that, the very center yellow part of the flower. That's probably better. Yeah, so I was very tired when I stopped, and I thought I'd done it and I hadn't. So I was like, oh, well, I'll just take that to retreat and finish it off at retreat. So that's what happened. So that's my little August. This is actually the June monthly mini from Primrose Cottage. However, we decided to shuffle them around a little bit to make it better suited to the Australian seasons and things. And strawberries are in August because we have the Eka in Brisbane and they sell beautiful strawberry sundaes and yeah, strawberries galore. So yeah, that's that one. And then I have a finish to show you. So we'll move into finishes. All right, so I am so excited about showing you this one. This one I actually took down to retreat to show on the brag table. So if you've seen any footage from any other floss tubers that were down there, they might have taken photos from the brag table. So every day the brag table was changing, and it was a really good idea to have some out on the first day, then move them away and put some more on the second, and then move them and then put some more on the third. So I thought that was a really great idea. And my pieces were out on the first day, so I took this one down and also my stitchy chart. So yeah, and everyone loved this one. So the one I'm talking about is Extraordinary Birds by Lola Crow. I'm going to sit right back here so you can see it. Actually, I might put it this side so then I can see my notes on this side. So it is finally done. I'm so proud. I'm so happy. I really worked on this one at the end of July, and I was hoping to get it finished in July. However, I just didn't make it, so I finished it on the 1st of August. So this is an August finish. Now this one, I did 5 sessions and I did 1,427 stitches. So I basically finished off the macaw. I did this bird, the rainbow lorikeets, which there's 3, and the hummingbirds and the flower pot there. And then I extended out the little branch and put the pigeon on and fixed up the frame. And you might see that mine's different to the cover photo. That's because I took inspiration from my lovely friend Linda, and she had put the fairy penguins in hers. And I absolutely fell in love with her piece. And I was like, I need to do mine exactly the same as yours because that's awesome. Now, she actually had, I think the tree came out a little bit further and she had 2 pigeons on hers. And I thought, oh, 1 pigeon's fine for mine. So it's not exactly the same because she's got 2 pigeons and I've got 1. But the fairy penguins are the same. So it's awesome. I love it. I'm so happy. Now I just need to find a really nice frame. I was thinking originally about doing like an arch frame, but I'm not sure I've left enough like that. I think I left 2.5 inches or something. And then also arch frames are really hard to find. So I might just make it a rectangular frame and then I can get this one put up on the wall. So yeah, I really, really love it and it's finished. So that's all the projects that I have to show to you. My words today. I'm so sorry. My words keep getting jumbled in my head. That's all the projects that I have to show to you today. And now we will move on to haul before I went to retreat. There's a little bit here and it's precariously resting on my lap, so let's hope I don't move around too much. It falls. Okay, so one of my lovely friends, Angie, she was destashing some of her bits and pieces in her craft room, and she put up online that she had some felt for sale. Whoops, there goes one. So there's some beautiful green and red sparkly felt. And then there is some plain felt as well. So there's some darker green, some light blue, dark blue, white, a really nice fuchsia pink, and some orange. So I got that from her at at one of the Stitchy catch-ups, she brought that along for me, and along with these other bits and pieces. So she had this Snowflakes, what is it called? 14 count snowflake. That's what it's called. 14 count Ada. So it's white with blue snowflakes on it. And I thought that was really cute. And then she had this beautiful crafty leany piece. It's called Flamingo Party. And I was like, this is awesome. So it's got pinks and oranges, greens, yellows, blues. Very, very nice. And I don't actually have this one. So this must have been in one of the Fabric of the Month clubs before I joined up. So that was pretty cool that I got that one. And then she had some navy blue. She was just plain navy blue, and it's 16 count. There's 2 pieces here. So generous size pieces actually. So yeah. It was those 2 pieces. And then she had some black that she was getting rid of. So yes, please. Thank you. And she had these 3 like bookmark kind of pieces of Ada. They look like a bookmark. So white, yellow, like a lemon, and a really pale blue. So that was nice. And then she had 2 of these ones. They're called Everson cushion covers. And they look like this. And they were bought originally from Target. But they have like, it looks like kind of Ada on them. Now, I'm sure it's not Ada. It just looks like that. So I thought, yeah, I'll give that a go. See if I can stitch something on it. And then I'll have a couple of cushion covers with something stitched, maybe a Christmas design or something, and then bring them out at Christmas and have Christmas cushions on the couch. And then I honestly can't remember who gave me this one. It might have been Angie. It might not have been. I can't remember. And they were finished with it, and it's just the leftover threads in there. So they gave me that. That was all at Stitchy Meetup. And then I was in at Coco X Stitch. And Denise had some new fabric come in while I was there. And this one is called Fox and Rabbit Dust Bunny. And it's a really beautiful, soft, like beigey tan, lovely neutral. It's probably not showing up. It's like a really pale kind of latte colour, I guess. Yeah, it's not showing up properly with the light that I've got. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So I got that one. And then my Fabric of the Month was ready to pick up. So instead of Lisa sending it up to me, because it probably would have got here while I was heading away or while I was away, she gave it to me at retreat. So this is my normal Fabric of the Month from Lisa. This one is called Morning Pond, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Been folded. So it's got like purples and greens and a touch of blue. Hopefully you can see that. But it's absolutely gorgeous, that one. I love it. I have to find something nice to stitch on that one. Well, stitch on all of them, but something maybe a little bit extra special on that one. And then this one is called Duckling Whisper. And this is a really soft pale, really soft pale blue. Yeah. So that's lovely as well. Could use that for sky or anything really in the background. And then obviously we get the little floss drop with the Fabric of the Month. And A Stitch in Time had a retreat on the weekend before my retreat. And I had ordered some things through them. And one of my friends went down there and I asked, would you mind picking them up for me? And she was like, that's perfect. Yeah, no worries. I'd love to. So thank you, Lynette. And so they had Stitch in Time had, I think it was Heartstrings Samplery was the designer that was there. And she'd come across from overseas. So anyway, they had a sale on at a Stitch in Time. And I'd wanted to purchase this one for so long, Silver Creek Samplers Rainbow Crossing. So it says, the time has come, I can't deny, to let your gentle spirit fly. We'll meet again, it's not the end, but wait by the bridge for me, old friend. So, I've got that one for when I need it. And then I got the Beach Boardwalk series. So I think this is all of the series. I'll have to double check on Country Cottage Needleworks website. The first one I got is called Snacks. Where is it? There we go. So Snacks. And then Boardwalk, which I think is the one that goes in the middle. And then Bicycle or Bike Shop. Oh, the first one was called Snack Shop, sorry. This one is called Surf Shop. Just love the way they look and their colours. This one is called Ice Cream Shop. And then we have the Souvenir Shop, because you can't have a little beach town without a souvenir shop, right? And then the last one, it makes me giggle. It's called Saltwater Taffy Shop. Now, I've heard of saltwater taffy in America. I don't know what the Australian equivalent is. Is it just like lollies, or is it like fairy floss? I'm not sure what saltwater taffy is. I could have Googled it. I probably should have Googled it before getting on here and saying, I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm sure if you know, you'll let me know. And maybe if I remember by the time I'm finished, I might actually Google it. All right, so that's all I got for physical haul before the retreat. We'll now move into digital haul. And then after that, I'll move on to all the retreat things, the goodies.
Digital hauls.
So just a couple of bits and pieces for digital haul, because I was actually trying to be very good and wait for retreat to see what I would get there. And some of these things that came out, I just couldn't resist. I couldn't help myself. So the first three are from the Patreon that I belong to. Multiple Patreons I belong to. So first one is Tiny Modernist, and it's called The Stitching Geese and The Stitching Bee. So there's actually 2 patterns there this month, and obviously, as you can see, they are companion pieces. And then the next one is from the Snowflower Diaries, and this one is called Touch of Autumn. So you'll see another theme. There's another geese or goose in there. And I was told at the beginning of the year that geese and strawberries are the in thing for 2026. And I was like, oh, okay, rightio. You know, I like geese, I like strawberries. So, and I have Strawberry Goose Witch by Fine Frog Stitching. And I'd planned on stitching that this year, and it's still in my plans to stitch. However, I'm seeing more and more and more geese and strawberry patterns. And I'm like, oh, I just love them all. I just want to stitch them all, right? Oh, dear. Okay, the next Patreon was Love Poppet, and this one is called Athena. And then after that, we have the Needle Lock Ko-fi channel website, and I got the pangolin, and I got the baby manatees, which is just been released, like I think in the last day or two. And off Etsy, I got from Cross Stitch Traveller shop, most definitely not all in a row. This one gives me a giggle. And also from the same shop, Funny Goldfish. And I love the look of this because if you could imagine only seeing above the water what you would imagine it would be, and then underneath it's this little goldfish being cheeky. And then the other shop on Etsy was called Tourmaline Pattern, and I got monthly gnomes from that one. So you all know how I love my gnomes, and I've got definitely got some plans for next year for gnomes. So you might, maybe, wink wink, you might see them next year. We'll see how we go, huh? Alrighty, I'm going to get this little bit cleaned up. I'll only be back in a second. It will be no time at all for you. And I will reset for the things I bought at Retreat. Retreat goodie time, right? Now, when we first walked in, it was lovely because we all congregated out the front waiting patiently to be let in. And I got to meet some new people out the front. And it was held at a bowls club. I'll put some pictures in along the way as I'm talking about related to what I'm talking about, basically. And then at the very end, I'll have a few videos to put in. So yeah, that's awesome. So anyway, back to the when we got in there, and one of my friends said that they couldn't make it, and then I'd found out from the person who picked me up from the airport that they could. Hi, Brooke. And then when I got there, this person didn't know that I knew, and they came running up to me, and then it was lovely. We had a big hug and all the rest of it. So, hi, Kath. And then when we walked in, Vicky and Rhonda were the ladies who ran the retreat. And they had a few helpers in there helping them out with different things, marking off names of people who were coming in. We got a name badge that was specifically made up for us. And this was mine. Oops, it's all tangled. And so that was my name badge. And I was so thankful that we had a name badge because I didn't have one that I could find easily enough to take down with me. So when I saw that we had a name badge, I was tickled pink that at least people would know the names and I would know other people's names when I walked up to them. So that was awesome. And then we got handed a goodie bag full of goodies, and we got handed some jam or pickles. And these were all made by retreat attendees, everything that, you know, was given in the goodie bag. So I ended up getting some green tomato pickles or something like that, and I knew I wouldn't eat it. So one of my table mates swapped with me. So I ended up getting ambrosia jam. I'm really interested in trying this one. And look, it made it home safely, people. I was a little worried coming home with the fragile things, how they would go. Because, you know, being on a plane and then having checked luggage. And but anyway, it made it home safe and sound. So I'll put that down there. And then I got a project bag that had blues and greens in it. And my lovely friend Brooke, she was like, I got a purple one. Do you want to swap? Because she knows how much I love purple. So I was like, oh, when I saw hers, I was like, yes, please. So we swapped. So this was originally Brooke's, and then we swapped. So it's now mine. So that's the project bag. And one lady made one project bag for everybody that was there. I was so amazed. It was beautiful. And they were like all different colors and styles. And so as you walked around the room, you saw different people's project bags. And it was like, oh, that's a pretty fabric. That's pretty fabric. So as we go, I'm just going to stick everything back in there. Alrighty. So we got maybe a half hank or maybe a 45 meter hank of silk from Silks For You. And this one is absolutely beautiful. It's like a grey. I'm not sure if it's actually coming up quite the same as what it is in real life, but it's a beautiful soft grey. And I was like, oh, that's lovely. So there's that one. And then we got a Freddo, because, you know, you got to keep the frogs away. We got this little container with a little sticker on it and a ribbon. And then when we had it all sat down, we were told to look at this particular container because it was one of the lucky door prizes. So if you had a white ribbon with Easter bunnies on the ribbon, then you won the lucky door prize. So that was pretty cool. And then inside there was a little note that says, "May your thread be strong, your needle swift, and your creativity endless." And I think people got different sayings in there, like in their little container. And then it came with this tiny little, hopefully I'm going to be able to show it properly, tiny little jar of orts. And there's a little moon charm on it. So that was really cool. Really, really cute. And it kept nice and safe in that container. We got a bingo sheet. These were my numbers for bingo. And as you can tell, I didn't win bingo. I think we had like 3 or 4 games of bingo. And it was lots and lots and lots of fun. So, yeah, that's a little reminder. There was a thank you card for all that attended. There's a couple of business cards in there as well from the shops that were there. There was a beautiful pen that had stitches in winter garden retreat 2026. And I tell you what, we were all writing with these pens and they're so beautiful and smooth and like just lovely to write with. And I think sometimes we all forget to take pens. I don't know, I do. And a wildflower seed mix sample. And then there's I'll just cover up the QR code because it's only for the growing. But yeah, wildflowers. So there's the seeds. And then what else was there? Oh, we got a exclusive needle minder for the retreat from Ginger Stitch AU. And it is a blue swan. Hopefully that's going to show up with no glare. So that was for that one. And then there was a little bag in there and it had like scissors and it had a purple thing, which is a quilting tool, which is this long big one here. It had buttons, it had wonder clips, it had a little frog to keep away the frog and a needle threader. And it also had this. Now I'm pretty sure that is so you can put your cords in and then you wrap it around like that and snap it and it's like a little heart, but it keeps your cords of like your chargers and things all together. I'm fairly sure that's what that was for. And I don't use anything until I've shown it on here. So now that I'm showing it, I can put things away in their places and then, or, you know, where they go and use them. From Once Upon a Needleminder, from Christy, we got a little bag tag and they were all different. And this was another one of the lucky door prizes as well. So we were told to check which little scissor fob or bag tag thing that we had, because one of them was a different one to all the rest, and that was a lucky door prize. So that was really cool. And then we got this beautiful, I think this might be from Christy as well, because I saw some of these at her shop. Now hopefully I can, and it's a beautiful long zipper pull to put on your bag. And it's got like flowers on it and very, very pretty. So yes, definitely. All right. Then we got a pack of tissues as well. And then we actually got, oh, we got this as well. It's a little bunny container and it's got Mentos in it and a couple of stickers and some other lollies. And then it's got maybe... It's got these little things. I think they're like little puppy dogs or something like that. Or a bunny or something. And then there's a couple of little bag charms in the bottom there as well. So yeah, very, very cute. And then we were spoilt with 3 patterns. Winter Garden by Paddock Lane Designs. So that's that one there. And then these other 2, I can't really show you, but if I have a photo of the finished product, which I'm sure I do, I will put that in here because these are just the graph. There's no actual cover photo for them. I know one of the ladies who was at my table was stitching on one of them and she was almost finished. So yeah, oh, if I've got the photos, I'll put it in. But one of them is Stitches in Winter Garden Retreat 26 pack list. And then it's got like a list of things that you need to pack, you know. So your stitching, your thermals, your snacks, umbrella, and warm fuzzy feels and flowers. That one there was actually designed by Michelle Arkley. And that was the lady who was at my table stitching it. So there you go. And then the other one, it doesn't have who designed it. I must find out. If I find out while I'm editing, I'll put it in here, who it is. And it's called Winter Garden Retreat. It's like a sampler style pattern. So Winter 2026 garden on it and some flowers and things like that. So that is all of the goodie bag. All right, now I'll go on to the table gifts because there was a few little table gifts that were being floated around. And some of these came while I was away from the table. So I had said to my table mates, I need to make notes so I know what came from who. All right, so lovely Helen. I actually ended up getting 2 of these because I think she gave me one and then she put one at my table. I think that's, so thank you, Helen. I ended up getting 2. So it's got some tea in there. No frogs were harmed when stitching this project. So a little label, bobbin, a couple of little bits and pieces, some lollies. So yeah, just little, you know, cute little things. Then I ended up getting 2 of these as well. I don't know how I got 2 of these. But these ones came from Diana Blyton. And I got to meet her for the first time in real life, which was awesome. And there's a thread, a mascara brush in there. So you use that when you've frogged and got any... You use that when you've frogged some of your pattern and there's some threads left over. So it just picks up the threads. And there's a couple of stickers and a couple of little heart chocolates. So that's very cute. Thank you very much. Don't fall. Okay. And then I got this little jar given to me. And it's got little chockies in it. And there's a little purple heart. Hopefully you can see the heart. And then there's some little, little mushroom charm. And this one was given to me by Sheila. And there was also another mascara brush. So Sheila was one of the vendors down there. And all the vendors will be linked below in the description. So if you want to go and check them out, you can. And she was actually one of my table mates as well. So that was pretty cool. Okay, now was there anything else? I got some cards given to me and some stickers. So I got 3 stickers. And a little inspiration card, which was pretty cute. Okay, so some other things that were given to me were my friend Jackie. She does her own little floss drops with her puppy dog and pussycat on it. So this is this year's edition of Paisley and Junior. So I was very excited to get one of those. And because they're just beautiful. And like I love seeing the little animals on there. So cute. So thanks, Jackie. And then my friend Brooke, who was sitting beside me, saw that Sheila was selling some wooden shapes. And so Sheila had said, there's something up there, Ro, that you'll like. And I was like, oh, is it an elephant? And she smiled at me. So I went straight up there and I had a look and I came back. And by the time I'd come back, Brooke had gone up there and she'd purchased this for me. So thank you very much, Brooke. That was lovely of you. And so now I've got a little elephant. So yeah, he'll be very cute. I'll have to put him up in my wall unit with my other elephants. And then I got given these because people weren't sure how to use them. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, I use them. And I'm getting glitter absolutely everywhere. The gold glitters come off the organza bag. And they're the little bobbies. So basically what happens is you use these when you're doing any of your like full coverage or fuller pieces that you need to park a thread. And so once you've parked your thread through the fabric, then you wrap the end around and around here, and then you close this down and it holds your thread nice and secure and safe, and it holds it out the way so it won't tangle, it won't twist, it won't get knotted or anything like that. So yeah, they were like, do you use these? And I was like, yeah, from time to time I do. And so yeah, so they gave me them, and there was two little finger protectors, I guess you would call it, in there as well. I'm just going to put all them back in there for now. I've got glitter everywhere. Gold glitter. All right. One of my other friends, Marcia, hi. She was so lovely because I said to her, oh, I've forgotten my hoop. This was on the last day. And what I had actually done was I'd actually packed my hoop already in my checked baggage. So we took some time to sort it out nice and neat. And to get back in there would have been quite the mission. So she said to me, I've got a hoop you can borrow. And you know what I'd like to? I like putting my head in the hoop. And this was an Urge one. And then I was like, oh, thank you so much. And so I was under the assumption I was borrowing it and then giving it back to her at the end of the retreat. And she said, no, this is for you. You can have it. And I was like, wow, all right, excellent. Thank you so much. So this is a number 4. And this is one of my favourite sized hoops. So because you can get quite a big amount of space in there for your projects. So I was very excited about that one. And then, so my plan was originally, we finished the retreat at 1 o'clock and my flight wasn't till 8:40 p.m. to come home. So the plan was originally for me to go to the airport and sit and stitch and have something to eat and just chill out and, you know, have no rush, you know, because I've got hours and hours and hours. Anyway, one of the ladies there, who was another friend of mine, Chris, she said, why don't you come to my place for a few hours and just chill out and, you know, not have to sit on uncomfortable chairs at the airport. And I was like, well, that sounds like a perfect idea. And we were going through things, and one of the projects, we were weighing my suitcases, that's what it was, because I was a little concerned about the luggage allowance on the way back. And we were weighing my suitcases and we needed to take some things out of my carry-on because my carry-on was just over the amount that you could have. So we had to put it into the checked luggage, and she was the one that helped me pack all my checked luggage. And I had this project, the Australasian Adventure one was actually still in this hoop and this frame, and I said, oh, I don't know, I don't really want to take it out just now because it's in its position. Since I've come home, I've taken it out because I wanted to show the project separately to the haul. And she said to me, oh, I've got some project bags, let's see if it fits. So she ended up giving me these 2 project bags, and they're absolutely divine. So that is the front, and it's got like a vinyl pocket down the bottom here, and it's got black fabric on the inside. And then you wait till you see the back. Look at that. Oh, I've never seen fabric like that before. So I was like, that is super cool. I love that. Thank you so much. And then, if that wasn't enough, she gave me a second one. And this is Spice Girls. And then there's like pink on the inside. So I was of the era where Spice Girls were all the rage. Probably when I was a teenager. I'm trying to think now. And we all know Spice Girls songs. Whether you like them or not, we all know what a Spice Girls song is. And so, yeah, she gave me that one too. So I was like, yeah, cool. Thank you so much. I feel so spoiled. I am spoiled, really. And I appreciate it. Now, something else that was given to me, it was in a beautiful bag. However, because of space in my suitcase, I had to take it out of the bag, and it was one of those paper gift bags. So I gave it to somebody else so they could then reuse it for whatever they needed to. And inside we got these, I'm pretty sure they're homemade cookies. Like, oh, and as you can see, I haven't opened them yet. I've been very good. I've resisted temptation. So there was the cookies, and we got this beautiful coffee mug, which came back safe because I wrapped it in excess clothing. So I've got all these different hints and tips from my friends now from traveling. So that's awesome. And then there was also a coffee bag and a couple of tea bags in there as well. So I'm sure my husband will love the coffee, because I'm not a huge coffee person, and that's quite intense, that one. So I'm sure he will love that when I finish filming. All right. Now there was a raffle there, and there was a little container beside the raffle. And one of the ladies there, her husband used to make these bracelets and bag chains and things while he had cancer. So it was his hobby to do while he was unwell and to get him through. Anyway, so she had a whole ton of them there, and you just had to make a donation. So I made a donation, and I got these 3. So basically she said I should put them on my suitcase so I can tell which one's mine. And then this was, see, that one's got a key, like a clasp to it. So that one's there. And that one's got like a octopus on the bottom. I don't know if you can tell. An octopus. And then this one as well. So this lovely one here, it actually had like a mini compass on here, but it came off in traveling on the plane somewhere. So I'm not exactly sure where it went, but never mind, I could still use it like that. And so I put them on the handle of my suitcases, and when the checked baggage came out, I knew which one was mine, and obviously I knew which one was mine in overhead luggage. So that was that. I'm going to have to reset my table again. I'll be back in a moment. We're moving on to physical haul that I purchased now. I've got a couple of other things to show you after that, but this is a physical haul. Now, Silks for You were there. Big hearts to Silks for You. I got to meet Jamie for the first time, who is Joe's daughter. And Deborah was there as well, and they had a little stall there, and they were doing so well. And yeah, I just love it when I see Silks for You at the retreat. So I bought a mystery bag. Now they come in this sort of, you know, folded up size, and they're full of obviously mystery hanks and skeins and things like that. So I'll quickly show you what I got in the mystery one. I got this beautiful like dusty pink. It doesn't look like it's coming up properly on the camera for some reason. And then this one goes with it because this colour is actually in here. And I just thought those two together were beautiful. Okay, and then these are all the smaller ones. So there's two pinks, very light, and you know, and then a darker pink. And I got a bunch of greens, which is always awesome because, you know, there's so many different shades of green out there. So these two are the same colour, and then there's 4 different ones there. They look a bit more blue now that I've put these other greens in, but they are definitely like a greeny tealy colour. And we were showing each other at the table what we got, and if something wasn't our colouring, we swapped with our table mates, which was awesome. Then there's these two, so you've got the plain colour, and then this one is actually in here, and this one's like a oranges and golds and black, which is pretty cool, very autumnal looking. And then a purple one. So that's pretty good for a mystery bag because there's quite a bit in there, and that'll keep you going for a while. Then they also had lucky dips. So I got a couple of lucky dip ones, and these are in the lucky dip. So you got a purple one, and I got this beautiful zipper pull. And it's got a beautiful, is that around the, yeah, that's around the right way. It's got a beautiful pink and blue and purple star in the charm down the bottom. So that's just absolutely gorgeous. And then there was quite a funny story about this next lucky dip. So in the Christmas boxes Silks For You had done, I'm not sure if it was last year or the year before, they had some scissors, and apparently their scissors are something that some people always love to try and get. So I got a pair of scissors in my lucky dip along with a needle minder, very cute little needle minder, and a little hank of red, white and blue. Now one of the ladies there was after the scissors, and I said to her, I'll sell you the scissors for $50. She wasn't going to have it. I was trying to sell it to her so I could go buy more lucky dips, because it would have went back into the shops. But yeah, it was quite a funny story, incident when we were there. Now I got another one of the purple that I got earlier in the lucky dip, and a pink one, which I think matches the other light pink one in my mystery bag, and also a heart needle minder. So it's got a little gem there. So that was the lucky dips. And then I went up and bought some from Silks For You, and I bought all of my table mates one of the little skeins that are this size, and I asked them all their favourite colours, and I went up and just grabbed different shades in that colour, took them back, and I said, look, if it's not the right shade, go up, and they're more than happy for you to change it. But I did well. Everybody loved the ones that I picked, so I was like really pleased. So I ended up getting this green one. These are quite bright colours. The yellow, really, really golden yellow. The orange. Oh, hold it that way, it's better. The orange. The purple. Now this purple is absolutely beautiful. And the teal in the bright. And then I ended up getting this this is one of the ones I swapped for. It's sort of like a browny gold with a tinge of like olive to it. And the reason is because there's these two as well. And this colour is actually in these two. And I'm doing a project called Kangaroo Quaker by Twin Peak Primitives. And I thought maybe I might be able to put these ones in there and substitute some of the colours. And then this one was given to me as well because I'd already bought this one. So now I have a little bit to play with there. And then I went shopping another time at Silks For You because, you know, why not, right? They're there. And I got this beautiful blue and white and cream and purple. Another green one. A rainbow coloured one. And then reds and maroons, oranges, browns kind of colour. And then these are all the little skeins. So there's a rainbow, there's blue, there's pinky purple, there's 2 different shades of purple, there's a purple, blue and pink, there's a really light kind of purple, green, blue, yellow, pink, oranges and blues, pinks, greens, purples, like there's just all these different ones. We've got oranges here, we've got purples and pinks. So that was my wonderful extensive haul from Silks For You. Now I have some purchases from Patty Clean Designs, and I ended up purchasing this Lizzie Kate pattern, and it's called Winter Smalls. There's Winter, Sweetheart, Snow and Snuggle in there, so I'll give you a closer look. So there's that, and then I got some Misty 32 count Opal Ada. It looks like even weave to me. So Misty, so it's a very soft grey and very good neutral colour. And then Flower Farm, which is a 28 count Opal even weave. So just a small piece. I do have some of that I am working on already, but I thought if I get a small piece I could do some smaller ornament things on it or something. Tropical Ocean 28 count even weave opal. Now if you can see a theme, I love my opal fabric. Can you see the sparkle? It's just so pretty. Then I have Colonial Opal Even Weave, which is a 32 count, which is another nice, really nice pale, like a milky coffee, you know what I mean? Like a really milky coffee. That's the kind of colour it reminds me of, which is very good neutral. What else have we got? We have Ocean Flowers 28 count Opal Even Weave. Don't worry, I did get some that weren't opal. So I hadn't seen this one before. So it's like purpley greens in it, and it's just so pretty. Blue. And the opal in this one sort of comes up like a green colour. I guess it's taken on the dye of the colour of the dye, maybe. Witch's Brew 28 count even weave, non-opalescent. Just a small piece. And I love the Witch's Brew because it turns out differently every single time she dyes it. So it's like you get a new piece of fabric. Well, you are getting a new piece of fabric, but it's like you get a new piece of fabric all the time. Fairy Floss 32 count linen, non-opalescent. Blues and pinks. These have all been folded, as you can see, so I haven't had a chance to iron any flat yet. Now, I fell in love with the Anna. Now, I was telling you all about Anna, was it last video or the video before? And there was some more Anna there in opalescent, so I was like, yes, please. So here's Anna. Yeah, blues and pinks, and where the pink mixes with the blue, there's a little bit of purple. And yes, that one's an opalescent. Very pretty. Eucalypt Forest 32 count even weave, opalescent. Now this one's shades of green. So there's some really light green, really pale green. And then there's some like mottling of some darker green. Hopefully it's showing up okay. But I like that where there's the one colour but just different shades of the one colour. I actually got 2 pieces of this. I got another colonial in a 28 count even weave. The one I told you about before was the 32 count even weave. So that's the milky coffee one that I was talking to you about. And then this one, this is a new one. I hadn't seen this one before, and it's called Blood. And this one's 28 count even weave opal. And obviously it's reds. And it's kind of like a brown as well. Like in the middle there. It's kind of like brown with like the red dyed on top of it. That's what it looks like. Or pinky red dyed on top of it. So that's what I got from Paddock Lane. I like to try and support each one of the vendors that are there. Being a vendor myself at some retreats, I know what it's like. So, you know, I try to support everybody that's there. And I went and shopped at Orts and Sorts. And, oh, we got a retreat discount in there too. Oh, excellent. I didn't know that until right now. She has an Etsy store as well. Orts and Sorts by Fiona. And she's also on Facebook and email. But all the details will be linked down below. And I had asked for a custom piece while I was there. So that's going to be made and then probably given to me at the next retreat I go to, I guess. Because I'm not in a hurry for it. And so then I bought this one, and it's a floss hanger, and then you've got your little tree and some little beads. So that's really cute. And then 2 little bag charms. One says dog person and one says coffee. Hopefully you can see them. She didn't have any tea ones. And I'm a tea drinker. And I mean, I drink coffee from time to time, but that'll be fine. Okay, and then I went and shopped at Once Upon a Needle Minder. And I got some needle minders, obviously. And there were so many there that I loved. And I was like, oh, it's so hard to decide, but I'll get these 3 for now. So it says, this one up here on the top, it says, sorry, I'm late. I was dilly-dallying, which I thought was really cute. And then there's a purple whale. And then there's this one, which says, my patience is basically like a gift card. Not sure how much is left on it, but we can give it a try. She had a lot of quirky sayings there, and I could have bought them all. Yeah. They were so cute, and different ones and different sayings, and I was finding myself standing there for like, I don't know, ages. It felt like ages and looking at them all and trying to decide. It was such a hard decision. I had to leave some for other people though. All right, then I got these little needle minders. So there's a little sloth and its baby. And there's a little rainbow pussycat. And there's a little bee. Very cute. Oh, sorry if you heard that. And then there was these little ones, and I'd got some of these last year when I went down to the Ballarat retreat. So I was trying to get ones that I knew. I was trying to not get the ones I knew I already had. So there's a little one here called Stay Spooky. Is that right? Yeah, that's the right way around. So a little ghosty with the pumpkin. And then these ones are like more for your bags and your zipper pulls. So I went the Christmas route because I knew I didn't have the Christmas ones. So there's Santa and Mrs. Claus. Mrs. Claus Diamante. And a little elf Diamante. And a little reindeer Diamante. So I thought they were super cute. They're going to have to go on some Christmas bags. And I shopped at Ginger Stitch AU. Zane and Huss, and I think it was Huss's sister that was there as well. So they were lovely to see again. And on the Sunday, they had a special on, they had a freebie needle minder. So this was the freebie needle minder that I ended up getting. And it's a little pelican. And it says on it, Sunday stitching. So that's why it was done on Sunday. Then I have the little rabbit. He was super cute. And I was like trying to think, which ones have I got? Which ones I haven't got? Because I knew I purchased quite a few last year at the retreat when they were there. And I got this beautiful butterfly moth. There we go. Sometimes we don't like the reflection, but in those sorts of ones we do. Because it shows better. And a little fox, which is super adorable. Oh, what did he call this one? It's a painting. You guys all know the painting. It's escaping me. I can't remember the name of the painting now. You're probably shouting it at me. I'll remember it as soon as I finish filming. Hello Adventure. So that was like a postage stamp one, which was really cute. A whale. Now they have two whales and this is their new one. So I got their new whale. I'm pretty sure that they said that was the new one. They're the same design. It's just they were different colours between the new and the one that had been released previously. And then some more kind of postage stamp ones with flowers on it, which is really cool. Now he was telling me what he did for these ones. He etched them and then he painted them. So I was like, that is super cool. I love the detail that he puts into it. So thank you very much. And I also bought something for a friend, which I can't show because they watch. And I bought some floss drops for myself as well. So 2 purple and 2 blue. The purple is purple. There we go. That's better. That's more true to colour. Get my head out the way. Alrighty, and then I went up to Sheila's shop. I bought a mug from her which says, I cross-stitch past my bedtime. Apologise if you can hear anything outside. So that's that one. And it was all lovely wrapped up in styrofoam, so safe to come home. And she gave it to me in a lovely bag, and it had a little let me take it off. Another little bag tag or scissor fob on each one of the bags. And this one was a little mushroom. And a lovely bag. And then I got this pencil case style project bag. And she had a heap of different ones there. It said, life is short, buy the fabric. I was like, okay. Don't need to tell me twice. So I did that. So the last thing I purchased from Sheila's shop was a tumbler, and it comes with a lid and a straw that's in the dish drainer. And beautiful, beautiful tumbler. So yes, I needed that because I'd forgotten my drink tumbler. So that was that from Sheila. And then I shopped at Daisy Chain, and it's the first time I had seen Teresa from Daisy Chain and seen her fabrics and her store, and she's got a retreat that's just around the corner. I think it might be next weekend or the weekend after. So many retreats happening this time of year. So she was like, are you coming? And I was like, I didn't know about it. Now I do, but I think it's too short notice to try and organise flights and accommodation and all the things that you need. So maybe next year. So I bought a couple of patterns and some fabric from her, and yes. So here we go. Crochet Go-Go, Silent Night. So that's that one, and it's got a little charm with it. So that's pretty cool. And the charm goes on the back of Santa's sleigh. So just there. So that's pretty cool. And then she had Jardin Privé, I love stitching. So there's that one. And there's, you know, there's a whole lot of seasonal ones and series in these different ones as well. So I just got one from each of the series. Therefore, I know what the series are and I can go and purchase them in time. Now, this one is from Madame Chantilly, and this one is called Celebrate the Bees. And it's like a bee tier. So Celebrate the Bees, it's beautiful. So there's some gorgeous patterns. And then, Daisy Chain have their own fabrics. Obviously, she hand dyes fabrics. And her fabric line is called Whoopsie Daisy. I thought that's so cool. So, Whoopsie Daisy, I got Grace Linen 32 count. And it's like a really soft purple. I don't know. Yeah, you're probably not going to see it. It's more like a lavender kind of, maybe got purple on, but no. It's a really pretty lavender colour. So that's that one. And each one of them come with their own little zipper pull or bag tag thing. So I've got a heap of them now. That's awesome. So this one came with a butterfly. And this one is called French Cafe Opal Linen 32 count. So it's a really nice brown. That's probably pretty true to colour actually, that way. I'm sorry if you can hear Mr. Rex in the background. He is trapped into Daddy's room today while I'm filming because he got attacked and he now has a cone on his head. But he'll be fine. He's doing all right. He's on medication. He was fine. We go back to the vets tomorrow. It happened a day before I went away, and hubby looked after him all weekend. And yeah, so we go back to the vets tomorrow. So he's whinging and crying because he's not near mummy. Okay, so this one is called Antique Rose Ada 18 count, but I just thought I'd let you know just in case you can hear him crying in the background. He's fine. It's like a really soft kind of pink, and there's a little flower. And then there's another lavender one here, and this one's called Ellie Linen 32 count. So you can see with the white card next to it that it is like a purpley tone. Otherwise it's really hard to try and show sometimes. This one is called Honeycomb Opal Linen 32 count. Oh, Ellie had a little flower. Yeah, this one's got a little flower too. I think most of them that she does is flowers. So yeah, there's the colour. Honeycomb, really pretty, really pretty. Maybe that Save the Bees would go nice in there. I'd have to do the floss toss with the yellows. Now this one has got a flower that's very much like the logo. So that was well done. This one's called Flax Linen 36 count. So it's like a neutral kind of light brownish kind of colour. And then last but not least, another one of the zipper pull things that match the logo. And this one is called Berry Nice Linen, and it's like a pinky kind of colour. Yeah, there you go. You can see with the white. So it's like a dusty kind of pinky kind of colour. So there was those. And then last but not least was Teaser Handmade. So that's Taryn. Now I bought a couple of project bags and a couple of grime guards because I had heard that she was doing these grime guards and I was very interested. So these are the grime guards and they're adjustable. She had some beautiful fabrics. Yeah, so that's puppy dog paws. Obviously, I was missing my puppy dog, so, you know. And then we all know my favourite colour is purple. So I got this one, purple and blue. Flowers. And I was looking through her project bags, and I think she put out new project bags each day, like topped it up, you know, topped up her stock. And there'd been a rush just before I'd got there. So I was like, oh, I wonder what's left. Anyway, I found this one and I was like, yes. So black background, purple and blue dragonflies. I've got a bit of fluff on it from when it was packed in the suitcase. And there's the back fabric. And then the second one I got is mermaids. So mermaids with a nice kind of all over print down the bottom. And then there's the mermaids on the back. So after all of those purchases, that was shopping at everybody's store. So I supported everybody at the retreat, which was what I personally had wanted to do. And now I've just got the freebie table and I won a prize. So they were doing raffles and they were also doing spot prizes. So on our name tag lanyards, we had our name and we also had a number. So whenever they did the spot prizes, they would call out the number that was on the lanyard where your name was. And I was close, but I didn't get called out, but that's fine. And then I'd bought some raffle tickets and it was very last minute because I was busy doing other things. And I said, I want to get some raffle tickets. But they were selling them throughout the whole retreat, all 3 days. And I didn't realise. I thought you had to get them all on the first day. So I fortunately got in on the first day and then my name was called. And I was like, yep, what? I didn't even realise I'd won something. And then all of a sudden I went up to pick and I got this beautiful thread organiser. Now the other two prizes that were there were beautiful teapots and teacups and sets and things. And I didn't want to risk the chance of bringing them home on the aeroplane and them getting broken. And I saw this and I was like, you know what? I could really use this because it's double depth, I think. Yeah, like 2 layers. And let's say double-sided thread organizer. Yeah. So I don't usually use bobbins. I usually use floss drops. However, I have a whole lot of random threads that I had purchased ages ago or had been given to me that are on bobbins, and I am in my organising phase. So this year I have been organising more of my crafty stuff to make it easier to find. And I thought, well, I could put all those random numbers, or they might be from Anchor or Semco or have no name at all, and they might just be on a bobbin. I could put them all in here and then they're all in one spot at least. So that was my thought behind that. So I was very, very happy to be able to win something and be able to use it and bring it home and not get broken. Okay, next we have the freebie table. All right, so I had seen some waste canvas, and over the 3 days, the freebie table just kept getting things added and added and added. And it, like at one point there, I thought, oh my goodness, this table's going to fall down if there's any more stuff on it. But it didn't. It just seemed like there was a lot of things to give away, which was very generous of everybody that was there. And I put some stuff on as well, and I didn't even see it when I went back for things. So it must have gone pretty quickly. Now, so I picked up some waste canvas. Now this is 14 count, and I quite like using this on different things, bags that I've made in the past and little bits and pieces. So that was that one. And that was in the plastic, tubing. I just got rid of that because it saves space on the way home. And then I picked up some stitch bows, which are always very good because I've got a few of these now. And basically what you do is you put your whole skein on the stitch bow, so from top to bottom, and then it then it's just like around, do you know what I mean? And then you can put the label in here, so you slide the label on there and then you know what colour it is. So I got a couple of them, and then at one point I was walking past and I saw some fabric and I was like, oh, someone's put some fabric on the freebie table. So I picked up this. So it's a really dark sort of forest green, which is lovely. And it's an Ada. It doesn't say what count it is. It doesn't have a tag or anything like that. So I'll just have to measure that and work that out, which is fine. Then someone had put some big thing of linen, like look how thick this is. Big piece of linen on there, and I yelled out, does whoever put this on, do you know if it's even? And I got my response, and they said they didn't know. So I'd marked it. There you go, you can see my markings. I had marked it to count it, and it's not even both ways. So one way is more than the other, which is fine because I can still use it. I just have to be aware that it's going to make, if you have a square pattern, it's going to make it more of a rectangle. It's going to make it elongated one way. So probably best not to do anything like a circle or anything like that. So similar to my monthly minis that I've been doing, they are a square pattern and they're being done on fabric that isn't even both ways. And they're coming out a little rectangular, which is fine. It's not a problem because, you know, it's only a small pattern. So I can work with it. And then I got some 25 count pre-gridded Ada. So that was good. And then there was some orange. Nice deep orange. The oranges, I've only got a couple of orange fabrics, I know, because orange is not a huge colour of dyeing, but the oranges that I've got are really soft pale oranges, so I liked that this one was like quite a dark one. And then this one is like an olive green Ada. And then I picked up some patterns. Let me just get this off my lap. So I picked up this one, it's called Sakura Blossom, and I'm very into the Japanese theme at the moment. So with doing sashiko and the other Japanese patterns I've been recently doing, and going to a retreat that was Japanese themed, and my neighbour's dog is named Sakura, so I might do it and give it to her. Then this one is Eva Rosenstand, Clara Weaver, and it's some owls. I don't actually know. It's got 94-146. So I don't know. See there in the corner? I don't know if that's like the title of it, because it doesn't actually have like a name as such. And then there was this one from Laurie Birmingham Designs called Peace on Earth. With Santa. That's a 1993 pattern. Copyright 1993. Now, I've been collecting these patterns for a little while, and I'm not sure if I have this one or not. So this is Country Threads patterns, and I would like to collect the whole series of the animals that she has done. So this one's Cartwheel Cockatoos. And I'll have to make a working copy because this one has been highlighted where it's been worked on, so that's fine. I'll make a working copy. Now I've got this one. Now I can't remember if I have this already in my stash. When I looked at this, I thought it was this one that I had, so that's why I picked it up. If I do end up having this pattern, this will go as a giveaway. So, and if I don't have that pattern, I really want that one, Bird of Paradise, and the hibiscus, because we had these growing up as kids. There's another one here. As I said, I'm collecting them. This one I had not seen before, called King Parrots. So I saw a few of them while I was on my retreat on the side of the road. Lots of nature. Hands-on Design Rose Cottage. And we've got, oh, this one's in a different language. I'm just going to hold it up. It's chickens and a Vervico product made by somewhere Belgium, it looks like. It doesn't actually, it doesn't have a translation that I can see to English for the name of it. That's fine. Then there's one called Animals by Lenart, and it's Green Wing Ara. Hopefully I'm saying that right, A-R-A. They kind of look like the macaws that, or the parrots, like the one I just did in Extraordinary Birds. And then I saw some colour variations. So I picked that up from DMC. DMC chart Colorus, using the Colorus threads, and this one is called Christmas Time. So that was quite pretty. Old Friend by Hello from Liz Matthews. I like that one. I really like that one. It's really simple, but it just speaks to me, and just, you know, I really, really like it. I might have to do that one soon, I think. And then we've got a kit that has been unopened, and it is Tobin Baby, Tobin Home Crafts. Designer is Joan Elliott. Again, it doesn't have a title of what it is unless the title is Tobin Baby. So the bear. And then these were picked up and given to me. And I tried to give one to a friend and they said, no, you have them. So 2 little project bags. So I was like, yeah, thank you so much. Like, I make project bags, but people know that I very rarely make for myself because I'm so busy making for everybody else. So people give me project bags, and I love it when they do, because it's like their creativity is coming into my house. So I'm like, oh, thank you. Now, that is all of the stuff. I can't believe, I knew this was going to be a long one, and I've had to do this in parts. So goodness knows how long it actually is. I will put all the links below that I've mentioned today, as well as all of the normal links that I have that are for Rose Crafty Corner. And I hope that you have enjoyed this Flosstube / retreat recap. I have a whole bunch of cleaning up to do now, and organising of things to put away, and organising things that need to be put back in their spot. But yeah, I will be back in 2 weeks' time with a normal Flosstube episode, so it won't be as long as this one. And don't forget, I will be adding videos when I'm finished here at the end, and that's a couple of videos of the retreat. And we also went out to tea at a Japanese restaurant, and it was the first time I'd been there, and it was a teppanyaki, I think they call it. And it was so much fun, so amazing. And they were doing like, you catch the egg in a bowl and then you catch the egg in your mouth. And oh, it was delicious food. So I definitely will want to go back there next year if we can. And we had so much fun. There was probably about, I guess maybe about 15 of us that went, and we had heaps and heaps of fun. So I will let you go. I will put in the editing and put in the videos, and I hope you enjoy. So until next time, stay crafty.
Welcome to Rose Crafty Corner, come and stitch the day away. Cross stitch and pattern sparkling as the threads come out to play. New starts, finishes, hauls, works in progress too. Every clip's a little treat made for me and you. Needles tapping, happy rhythms, little wins in every thread. Ring that bell and join the fun, there's always more ahead. Rose Crafty Corner. into calm. Needles tapping happy rhythms, little wins in every thread. Ring that bell and join the fun, there's always more ahead.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day away.
Ross Crafty Corner.
That's where my heart wants to stay. So ring that bell and join the fun, there's always something new.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come back for more, come back for more. Come back for more. New starts, finishes, hauls, and works in progress shine. A tiny world of color built with careful hands and time.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day away.
Ross Crafty Corner.
That's where my heart wants to stay. So ring that bell and join the fun, there's always something new.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come back for more, come back for more. Come back for more. Come back for more. Come back for more. Welcome to Rose Crafty Corner, come and stitch the day away. Cross stitching patterns sparkling as the threads come out to play. New starts, finishes, hauls, works in progress too. Every clip's a little treat made for me and you. Needles tapping happy rhythms, little wins in every thread. Ring that bell and join the fun, there's always more ahead.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day away.
Ross Crafty Corner.
That's where my heart wants to stay. So ring that bell and join the fun, there's always something new.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come back for more, come back for more. Every 2 weeks on YouTube you can find me here. Fresh floss, bright fabric, and a smile that feels like home. Counting crosses, tracing corners, watching little blooms appear. One small stitch at a time turns chaos into calm. Needles tapping happy rhythms, little wins in every thread. Ring that bell and join the fun, there's always more ahead.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day away.
Ross Crafty Corner.
That's where my heart wants to stay. So ring that bell and join the fun, there's always something new.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come back for more, come back for more. Come back for more. New starts, finishes, hauls, and works in progress shine. A tiny world of color built with careful hands and time.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day away.
Ross Crafty Corner.
That's where my heart wants to stay. So ring that bell and join the fun, there's always something new.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come back for more, come back for more. Come back for more. Come back for more. Come back for more. Welcome to Rose Crafty Corner, come and stitch the day away. Cross stitching patterns sparkling as the threads come out to play. New starts, finishes, hauls, works in progress too. Every clip's a little treat made for me and you. Needles tapping happy rhythms, little wins in every thread. Ring that bell and join the fun, there's always more ahead.
Ross Crafty Corner.
Come and stitch the day. Welcome to Rose Crafty Corner, come and stitch the day away. Cross stitch and pattern sparkling as the thread